something happened at 18 years old, right? You gonna hold how vocal he is. I've been around this. You gonna hold that in all them damn time? All this damn time for 20-something years, you gonna hold that in? And it finally came?
Yeah.
3302 check. Can you give me the 108 number that shows up on this radio, please?
Did Boozie really just drop the bomb that King Harris jumped his own dad right after getting out of jail? Because the way he spoke, it didn't sound like some internet rumor. It sounded real, like a man who'd actually seen something twisted go down behind closed doors. He wasn't laughing or clout chasing this time. His voice was cold, serious, like someone tired of watching the truth get buried for too long. And the wild part, he didn't even have to say names. Fans instantly connected the dots the second he opened his mouth. The tone, the shade, the tension, it all screamed.
I'm saying, so it's like I'm in control of what you see and what you know what I'm saying? So I would rather that. And I genuinely just like talking to my supporters. Like
one thing, something ugly went down between King and T.I. The internet detectives wasted no time pulling clips, matching dates, and comparing energy between the two. Boozie wasn't protecting nobody's reputation this time. He was exposing something. For months, people been watching King spiral out of control. Fights in public, messy arrests, baby mama drama, talking like he's the biggest gangster alive. And now this? Boozie basically dropped the hint that King and his father's tension might have exploded into something real, something physical. And fans can't stop asking the question, did King actually swing on his own dad? Some fans are convinced Boozie was talking about a real fight.
And this is the exact reason why I think getting a DNA test for fathers should be mandatory, because it's so many men out here that raise children and don't even know that the child is not theirs.
Between T.I. and King after King got out of jail. And if that's true, then this isn't just family tension anymore. This is a straight up war between a rap legend trying to hold onto his legacy and a son determined to prove he's grown, no matter how wild or reckless it looks. The idea of father and son actually throwing hands, that's deeper than drama. It's a full-blown family explosion that nobody saw coming. But let's be real. King Harris didn't just wake up one day and decide to turn up like this. His bad boy image has been brewing for a minute. You could almost see it coming. The attitude, the arrogance, the chaos. Remember that Waffle House incident? The one where King was caught on camera arguing with the workers, yelling like he ran the whole spot, threatening people, and acting completely out of pocket. That clip went crazy online. People were calling him spoiled, lost, and disconnected from reality. And yeah, everyone remembers that video. It went viral faster than anything else he's ever done. The internet roasted him non-stop, saying he was trying too hard to be tough when he grew up rich. That moment alone showed the world that King was spiraling, desperate to prove something that maybe didn't even need proving. That viral video left fans stunned. How could the son of T.I. and Tiny be out here talking tough about street life when he literally admitted on camera that he grew up mostly at his grandma's house? People weren't buying the act for a second. It wasn't shade, it was receipts. The internet came with screenshots, clips, and quotes, all proving what many had been saying for years. King's been cosplaying a lifestyle he never really lived. Comment sections lit up with people saying things like, he's chasing a hood image that doesn't belong to him, and he wants street cred so bad, he's willing to crash out for it. It's wild, but they might not be wrong, because lately, it's been looking like King's willing to risk everything, his family name, his reputation, even his future, just to prove he's real. But underneath all that chaos, there's something deeper going on. This isn't just rebellion, it's identity. King's been fighting to escape the massive shadow of his father, the king of the South himself. Living up to that kind of legacy, that's pressure that could crush anyone. Every bad move, every viral moment, it all screams the same message loud and clear. I don't want to be known as T.I.'s son anymore. Then came the breaking point, the arrest. Cameras caught King getting dragged out in handcuffs, his face tight with frustration, not fear. And when that clip hit social media, fans couldn't believe their eyes. Instead of looking scared, he looked annoyed, like it was just another day in his version of keeping it real. That clip exploded online, fast. The comments were brutal and everyone had something to say. It wasn't just trending, it took over the internet. Every blog, every gossip page, every reaction video. Everyone was talking about King Harris and what looked like the fall of a famous family brand. The next day, Ty tried to play it cool by going live, saying he had already talked to King and that he and the rest of the family were perplexed by the situation. But you could see it in his face. He wasn't angry. He was tired. That wasn't a man defending his son. It was a father trying to keep control while watching things spiral out of his hands. Still, fans believe that behind those calm words, things inside the Harris home were boiling. Because, let's be honest, King's arrest might have been the exact moment T.I. realized his son's behavior wasn't just embarrassing, it was dangerous. One more wrong move and the whole Harris brand could collapse. You can picture it, the argument behind closed doors, T.I. trying to talk sense into his son, pleading for him to chill before it's too late, and King shouting back that his dad doesn't understand him, that he's not trying to live under that perfect image anymore. And when King finally got released, that's when things really exploded. Word on the streets, and even some insider whispers, say King showed up at T.I.'s house furious, blaming his dad for not stepping in during his arrest. That's where people believe the King jumped T.I. rumor started. Some say it was a shouting match, others swear it got physical, but either way, that night changed everything. From that point on, fans could feel it. The whole Harris family's energy was off, cold and tense, like something serious had gone down. After that night, fans started watching everything. Who spoke up? Who stayed silent? And who suddenly changed their tone? That's when Boozie jumped into the mix, and the story got way messier. His words didn't sound like gossip. They hit with weight, like someone who actually knew the players involved. And that's because Boozie's not some outsider throwing shade from the sidelines. His own son, Tootie Raw, hangs out with King all the time. They've shot music videos together, posted clips online, even flashed weapons in a few of them. Wild stuff that's gotten both families side-eyed. Boozie's had to step in before, trying to calm the boys down before they did something stupid. He knows firsthand how fast young rappers can crash when they start believing their own hype. So when he started hinting that T.I.'s version of events wasn't adding up, fans didn't take it lightly. They started connecting the dots immediately. Maybe Boozie heard what really happened through Tootie. Or maybe he already knew exactly how deep the drama went between T.I. and King that night. And the way Boozie spoke, it didn't sound like he was coming from hate. It sounded like pain, like a man who's watched this movie before. A young artist spiraling into trouble, chasing street respect while his father watches in disbelief. You could almost hear the frustration in his tone, like he was saying, I've been in this game 20 years and never folded. Don't let your son fall where others did. Maybe this wasn't about tearing T.I. down at all. Maybe Boozie was trying to warn him that fame, ego, and pride can turn family into enemies if you don't check it fast. People online started asking, why can't y'all handle your own house? And just when that conversation started catching fire, things took a crazy new turn. Around that same time, King's name got pulled into another wave of rumors. A supposed leaked tape involving his baby mama, and even talk about whether he was the real father. It was messy, wild, and spreading faster than anyone could control. Fans jumped straight into detective mode, tossing out theories, screenshots, and wild claims left and right. For T.I., it had to be another PR nightmare. Imagine trying to protect your son's name while he's trending every other week for fights, arrests, or relationship drama. It was like every time T.I. tried to clean things up, another scandal popped up out of nowhere. But instead of laying low, King did the opposite. He kept posting, clapping back, arguing online, trying to prove he wasn't the one being played. Every move he made just pulled him deeper into the chaos. That's when word got out that T.I. had finally had enough. He allegedly told people he didn't want the Harris name getting dragged into any more drama. He'd built an empire, music, TV, family shows, and now it was all being overshadowed by his son's reckless behavior. Even if some of those rumors were exaggerated, the damage was already done. King's image was wrecked, and T.I. was done playing the role of fixer. After everything that went down, T.I. just went silent. No posts, no interviews, no public statements, nothing but whispers from people close to the family saying he was over it, completely drained from trying to hold things together while the world watched his family fall apart online. Word is, T.I. made one quiet but powerful move behind the scenes. He cut King off. No more studio budgets, no promo money, no legal help, nothing, just straight up distance. And when someone like T.I. goes silent, that silence screams louder than any press statement ever could. This wasn't a dad giving up. It was a businessman protecting the empire he spent decades building. Because for T.I., legacy is everything. The Harris name is supposed to stand for success, respect, and longevity, not endless drama and scandals. So when Boozie started calling T.I. out, saying he wasn't keeping it real, or that his version of events didn't line up, maybe it wasn't pure shade. Maybe Boozie wasn't attacking. Maybe he was reminding him. Sometimes walking away doesn't mean you're strong. It means you're done fighting. And that's what makes this whole dynamic so complicated. These two, T.I. and Boozie, they go way back. Two Southern rap legends, two kings of their own lanes, one sharing nothing but respect. They were cool for years, performing at the same events, giving each other props in interviews, even showing brotherly love in public. But everything started to fall apart when that snitch paperwork controversy hit the fan. Boozie went public, questioning T.I.'s integrity, and T.I. didn't stay quiet. He clapped back hard. From that moment, their bond cracked wide open, and it's never been the same since. What used to be mutual respect turned into quiet tension, low-key shots, and cryptic posts. And that's the genius in Boozie's style. He never says names directly. He just throws the hints out, lets fans connect the dots, and watches the internet explode. He knows exactly how to stir the pot without ever touching the spoon. Boozie knows the game too well. He doesn't have to say a name to make the whole internet light up. Every time he speaks, fans start decoding every word, every pause, every look. It's almost like he's mastered the art of starting fires without ever striking the match. And this time, his words hit even harder because everyone knew exactly who he was talking about, T.I. and King. What makes it even crazier is how deep the irony runs. Boozie's been through everything: fame, jail, betrayal, the whole industry turning on him, and he's still standing. So when he talks about fathers losing control of their sons, it feels personal. He's seen too many young rappers crash out trying to prove something that doesn't need proving. So when he said, "I've survived this world for 20 years without folding," it wasn't just a flex, it was a warning. Meanwhile, King's out here doubling down, acting unbothered, posting like he's bulletproof. Every move he makes just keeps fans guessing. Is he rebelling or crying out for help? And T.I., staying quiet through it all, gives the whole story this eerie tension, like everyone's waiting for the next explosion. Now people are divided, half saying Boozie's just stirring up old drama for clicks, the other half saying he's speaking hard truths that nobody else will say out loud. And honestly, both might be true, because Boozie's never been scared to call things how he sees them, even if it means burning bridges. At this point, the situation between the Harris family and Boozie feels less like hip-hop gossip and more like a slow-motion car crash that nobody can look away from. Everyone's watching, waiting, and whispering, "What's next?" Because if this is how it's unraveling now, the next chapter could shake the whole Southern rap scene to its core. So stay tuned, because if Boozie's still talking, this story's far from over. And if you want the real breakdowns before the headlines twist it, hit that subscribe button on Juicy Reel, where the truth always comes with a little extra heat. After all the back and forth, fans started digging even deeper, and that's when the story hit another shocking layer. Some insiders began whispering that Boozie wasn't just talking from the sidelines. He might have actually witnessed part of the fallout between T.I. and King himself. Suddenly, every clip, every post, every cryptic comment from Boozie started making a lot more sense. He wasn't guessing, He was hinting, and you could feel the tension building like a storm ready to break. T.I.'s silence grew louder, King's antics got bolder, and Boozie's shade got sharper. It felt like each man was playing chess in public. One wrong move, and the whole board could flip. Fans started debating nonstop. Was Boozie exposing the truth, or just adding fuel to chaos? Was T.I. really stepping back to protect his legacy, or because he couldn't control his son anymore? What really made it hit hard was the emotional weight behind it all. This wasn't just industry beef. It was family business turned public spectacle. A father trying to protect his name, a son desperate to prove he's his own man, and a friend turned critic watching it all unfold with that "I told you so" energy. Every headline, every live stream, every rumor just made the story bigger, and the silence from T. I made it feel real. Meanwhile, King's online presence only added fuel to the fire. One day he's flexing in designer clothes. The next, he's snapping at fans for calling him spoiled. Every post looked like a mix of pride and pain, rebellion and confusion. The kid clearly wants to be respected, but the harder he pushes, the more the internet pushes back. And Boozie, he's sitting back, watching it all unfold, probably knowing he just shook up the culture again. Because whether you love him or hate him, when Boozie speaks, people listen. Boozie barely has to say a word anymore. He just lets the internet do the talking for him. He plays the role of the wise veteran, speaking on loyalty, realness, and survival, while sliding in just enough shade to keep the blogs working overtime. It's genius and messy at the same time. Some people think he's just being petty, but maybe, just maybe, he actually cares. Watching T.I.'s family crumble in public might have hit a little too close to home for him. After all, his own son, Tootie Raw, runs with King, so maybe Boozie's not throwing shots. Maybe he's sending warnings. This is what happens when fame makes you forget who you are, Boozie seemed to be saying without ever saying it directly. And right now, T.I. and King look like two men fighting on opposite sides of the same story. One's trying to protect the name built on respect, while the other's desperate to break free from it, no matter the cost. It's father versus son, legacy versus rebellion. And Boozie, he's right there in the middle, stirring the pot and making sure the world sees every crack. Nobody really knows if T.I. and King will ever fix what's broken, but one thing's crystal clear. This isn't just family tension anymore. It's a legacy unraveling right in front of millions of eyes. A father's pride, a son's rebellion, and a friend turned commentator watching it all burn slow. And as wild as it sounds, it's not even fun to watch anymore. It's tragic. The Harris name used to mean unity, success, and power. But now, it's become a headline, a cautionary tale about how fast fame can turn family into front-page chaos. Stick around and hit that juicy real subscribe button, because this story might be wrapping up. But the fallout? Oh, that's just getting started.